Afternoon, Chris. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. You're on mute.
Hi, Dr. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. How are you?
Very well.
Good, good, good. So there's a lot to cover today. Did you have time to look at Slack?
Yes, I did. I took a look at some of them.
Okay. What I want us to do, currently if you go to recovery, the backend or recovery wants to log on, what you see there is a dashboard, right?
Yes.
So I want that dashboard in a different way. So what I've sent you there is what I want from the dashboard. So let me share my screen. Is on Slack, but I share my screen just so that you see what I want you to do. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is what I want the new thing to look like. So if you log on here, I want this. We have Google Analytics on recovery.com, recovery.simrate.com, right?
Yes.
If we don't, I will put the code into the. I'll send you the JS code. Okay, so what it means that when you need to create, you have these two already in the website. That's what we have there, right? Start assessment and assessment. So are you using a framework to do this?
Yes, I'm using Laravel.
What's it called?
Laravel.
Laravel.
Yes.
Okay, so what you need to do is create another one of these called active users, but that the result, it will pick it from GI, our Google Analytics, number of users, but over a month. Yeah, so it would be dynamic, it will be changing based on the number of people who have logged on the site.
All right.
Do you follow?
Yes, I do.
And then you pick one of the icon from your Laravel, and the thing here will be number of, like here have assessment, number of users, but the result here would be what you get from active user over a month on GI. So it means it will be changing even if you log in again and out. The next one you need to do is the number of, they use a bar chart from your Laravel and put it as a number of pillars. There are 8 pillars. So this will be 8 here. The different pie will be 8, but the size of the pie will be equal to the number of the controls. So if I share my screen now, if I show you this so that you can still see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
So this is what we have today, right? Let me log back. Yeah, this is what we have today, right? So it will change. It will change to what I've sent you, a kind of a template of what I've sent you. But then the number of that pie, the size of that pie. So if you look at the first one here, they're only 1, 2, 3. They're only 3. So the size of the pie will be 3 over 45. So that will be the size. So I want you to do it mathematically so that it will change if the model changes. Here for number 2, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4 over the total, and that will be the size of it by 360 degrees. Here will be 4 over this. So the size of 2 and 3 are going to be the same because there are 4 controls each. Whereas this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 there. So that size of it will be 7 because it's over 7. This one is also going to be the same because there are 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get the gist, right? So the size of that pie is a derivative of the number of controls here. over the total times 360 degrees, because that's what you get. Anyway, the framework should be able to do it. Okay. Now let's go back again. So here, then this one, it would be a bar chart, and you would take it as the 41 pillars. Okay. So that's what we have, and that will be what will be represented here. Again, similarly, the length of the bar will be equal to the summation of the number of controls per bar, which is 3, whatever number there. Here is 52 controls. So these 52 controls, where did I get that from? I mean, deliverables. I got that from, if I go back to the backend, where is recovery? So if you look at recovery here, if you look at assessment, it's going to ask me to log on, then I will log on. So if you look at this assessment, yeah, and that, the dashboard is a different thing. Anyway, we're going to look at a report. Maybe a report is the best way. Report is not the best. Okay, where I got the deliverables are, if you start an assessment, there are multiple things it's going to ask you. So if you start from here to fill this, it's going to ask you, yeah, we can complete this. Are you the chief executive? Let's say IT middle class. I am middle level. Yes. Okay. Let's say we do this. So where it's got that is, if you look at here, it's asking you to complete 2 things. The first one is list the technical asset. The other one is list the non-technical assets. So this is counted as 2. Okay. So each of the controls we have what the outcome. So if you look at the Excel spreadsheet, it is the outcomes that are added together to give you the deliverables. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it making sense? So this number of deliverables, these 52 deliverables, is come from there. And what we want is this radar display of the various deliverables, as in the number, not the deliverables themselves. So for number 1 now, assuming we're using this as an example, this is still pillar 1, but this is 1.1. I think the best thing is to use the Excel spreadsheet, which I don't have, where we have it Excel. So you have this as RC 1.1. If you look at the framework here, RC 1.1 is this. There are 2 here, and there are probably 2 here, and the only 1 here. So that would be 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So there are 5 deliverables for 1. So in your radar here, it means that your IPC1 will be 5. So that's how you look at the other things. So you look at the Excel spreadsheet, and if you have any problems, let me know. So we want to be able to display those in radar graph, but that would be the 52 deliverables. The number, not the actual text, is a number. So that if somebody goes here, they can see this and they will see start assessment. This will be assessment completed. And the assessment completed for now, we think about how we're going to display it, but I'm still happy for you to mess about with the initial template. This is a similar organization doing their own thing. You can see the overall progress is showing here. They have planning, design completed, development stay halfway, testing. So they've put their own dashboard in a different way, but this is the dashboard I want us to go with. But I want to see if Laravel also have a template of any kind you can use, and then you can show me what it looks like. But these are the things I want us to represent on our dashboard. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
So this you will get from GA, Google Analytics. Okay. If you if recovery is not on Google Analytics, I will send you the code. I don't know whether we've put Google JS code on. All right, let me show you. So where is my browser? Okay, this browser is, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Good, okay. HTTPS analytics the google.com, because we have Google Analytics on those. So this is, you can see my screen. This is GA, right? But this is GA for simric.com. Go away. I don't know what he's doing now. All right, anyways, it might bring me here. So this is GA for simric.org, yeah? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. So the number of, this is for 7 days. If we did the last 28 days, which is what I want you to do, the number here, you can see on a daily basis, there are 16 users. There's a particular day we had 78 users. I think maybe we provided a campaign, maybe call for paper. I think that was on a Sunday. Yeah, I did some call for paper. So this will be, this result here, which you can get, is what would go there. So, and you can see the 30-day here, we have total of 504, 500, 400, 200. But then if you look at what we had over there, and here was 123. So we will be using this figure, okay, as the what is displayed there. So anytime somebody logs on, that number will be changing because is a query to our GA script, which you can get here. I know how to do it, but what we want to do is, this is our cyber framework here. This is what we're going to use the result here. It's not that many coming to that website, but if you look at the next 28 days, let's see how many. Okay, it's also perfect correlation. We had 23 here, 11. There's still quite few people. It's not as the traffic is not as much as the main website. So on the 30-day listing, we had 98 people come in. But this will be the code. So this is already there. So this will be what you will use to display there. And I know if you look at, do you have access to this though?
No, I don't. I don't have access to the analytics.
Okay, I'll create you this thing here now. If I go to admin, I'll add you into administrator access management. I can add permission. Can I add a user? Yeah. So what's your email again? Chris.
So CHRIX as in xylophone, then S as in school.
Chris.
Let me send it in the chat.
Yeah. Send it on Slack.
Or I'm sending it in the Zoom chat.
Oh, yeah. That's better even. Okay. I have seen it. Okay. Copy. GA. Okay, so you can edit and you can collaborate. So I have added you now. Let me check and save. Add. So you and I now, okay, are there. So what you do is then when you log on, you'll be able to look at the GA code, even to set, set up assistant and the properties you need in terms of property settings and what code you need to use to display the number of hits or the last 7 days. These are the parameters you use. It will show you what and the tag that result is being returned on. If you look at the tracking information, is here the code collection, and then the session setting. ID is already there. Anyway, you figure this out. Is very easy. It's very easy to look at the settings and come up with the code to return there. So once you look at it, it's easy to return. Anyway, so you get that, yeah? So the first thing I want us to do is to create this dashboard, okay? How are we feeling with it? How do you feel?
It's doable. It's doable.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'll keep questions and let you see what we have.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know about Laravel, but if we need to do use another this thing, but then let us explore. But I think explore Laravel first. So once we've done this, and that's why I pasted it there, is active user, which we get the result from GI, so that this is interactive. Okay. They start then we leave it as it is, but each of those should have an icon. I put this icon there. Don't use the same icon. Use the Laravel icon, whichever icon, but different icons to make it nice. This will be a backend query. Are you using database at the backend?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so it's easy to query this at the backend to resort this thing to based on the columns. Each of those is a column or row, whatever, and do summarization of those, then display it in bar chart, in pie chart. This other one will be similar. So play around with it because these are things that should be dynamic. If we said, okay, we no longer require a particular control or we expand it in future, it will run the queries, the query thing and return the dashboard. I want this dashboard to be dynamic. Okay, that's why I put all those things. It needs to be dynamic so that what we need to do later is at the nature, as we do this, the other one would be if somebody logs in and they already have a report, we can have another one that will display all of the companies that have run a report from us, but that would be seen, but they can't click into it. We can use access control to limit it. But let us create this dashboard first. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so the next one I wanted us to look at is, okay, once this is, save and close. The other thing I wanted us to look into is on simric.com, which is this, focus on this thing first, on the dashboard. On simric.com, you see we have donate here. I want you to move this donate into .org and remove it from here because I want to run .com as commercial and .org as not-for-profit. So remove this, but check the backend. Where they donate, where the bank details are. Let me know what it is I can complete because we've changed our bank details. We don't use the same.
We were using PayPal previous.
Yeah. So, but I don't know whether, okay, I have updated our PayPal with the payment backend. So does it mean that it wouldn't change?
Yes, if you've updated the PayPal with the payment Okay, then it should.
Okay, leave it with me.
It,
Let me test it today before you migrate. So focus on the dashboard first. Leave
right.
this one. Okay, let's go back again. So registration again, we need to modify it. If we're using, are we using PayPal for registration?
Yes, we're also using people for
So
registration.
which means it should go there, but we can then update the amount they're paying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next thing, which is the part the dashboard and this is the most important for me in terms of hierarchy. The next thing we need to do, we need to turn these things into question. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have another call for it. I don't want to overload you. Well, instead of list this, we'll say, do you have a list of technical assets? Okay, if you give me, if my access, how can I edit this? I can give you one example. I can show one example of what it is.
Okay, I think I understand what you mean.
So
So
instead of
for
list this, we'll
it,
say, we'll turn it to question, do you have a list of technical assets of this, question mark? Yes or no? If he says yeah, then we'll say upload. If he says no, then because we want to do calculation at the end of it, we want to provide ranking that they haven't done well or they've done well. Therefore, we use the yes and no to track. If they said no, 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 we say, okay, we can calculate the number of no's at the end of the day. If they said yes, what we then investigate is for the, either they list it or the upload. That's when the upload and list will kick in. So the flow will be yes, then upload. If they said no, we'll move on. We'll go to the next one and say, list, do you have a list of non-technical assets? If they said no again, we'll move on. If they said yes, we'll say upload. What we then need to do is to write a code or do something that can pass through the information they've supplied to see whether they have the right format. But we can do it in two stages. The first stage might be we pass it offline so an administrator can log on and check the documents they've uploaded and see whether they are right or wrong, or they have the right details of what we need, and then make that judgment. Otherwise, we can use some machine learning or some code to pass through the data, the information they've supplied, and see whether it has the relevant things. But that will be the next stage. The first stage is to turn this into question. Yes, no, and then the loop will be yes, upload or list document. No, move on to the next question. Do you follow?
Yes, I do.
And the other thing we need to do will be the reporting, a report format. But let's do the dashboard first. So when are you going to be able to turn the dashboard around for us to have a look based on the new format I've sent?
Uh, we should have something by Wednesday of next week.
Yeah, that should be fine.
I'll be out of it. So
Yeah, make it
Wednesday of next
really,
week
really
to go back.
professional because I want us to start to monetize this once we are at the level that it looks very competent.
All right.
Okay, so I'll leave you with let's have initial delivery of the dashboard by Wednesday, and then we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, I will complete a donation and see if it goes into our bank. Then I will ping you on Slack. If it is, then it's just a minor migration. And the other thing I mentioned is on the cyber framework here, we want to add another menu, say log on, and that log on will be redirected to here, recovery. You know, the reason is because this is our front end, what people see. They need to from here drive into log on. So if we've already brought somebody here now on our site, we want to retain them. So if they want, then they will have a log on. The log on will say, do you want to sign up? Do you want to complete an assessment? Do you want to use the recovery? Then the log on. That log on will redirect them to the recovery dot where they can carry out assessment and where they can see a dashboard first before assessment. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
So like how you have function pillars and roadmap. So another tile here will be login. That login will say, okay, if you want to trial the framework or start your own assessment or complete assessment, then fill this. And that's how they then go into recovery.com. Because when I came to this website, I was showing it to somebody. I forgot that recovery was another domain that how we log on. So once we finish the dashboard and we are happy, I think we then put an icon here, a menu here that will be login if you want to use and then that will then present the dashboard and then they can complete. But let us take it stage by stage. Let's do the dashboard first. And then let's review the dashboard on Wednesday.
All right.
All right, thanks, Chris. Is there anything you want to
Okay,
clarify before we go?
You can just share the video recording with me.
All right, I will do. I'll put it on Slack as well. Okay, thanks, Chris. Anything, let me know. Ping me, yeah?
All right,
All right, thanks. Speak soon. Cheers. Bye.